I just got off a red eye from the West Coast. I am exhausted, but we're going to go through these 10 methods of lead generation that we spoke about in the earlier video. And the first one is something that we're very familiar with. It is buying at live auctions. For 4 years, my partner and I went to the auction in Nassau County every single Tuesday. And we bought more deals for the first 3 years from it. And it led to other people, and it was a good experience for us. We learned a lot. And during that time, prices were still going up, and the auctions weren't that busy. And we got to know the people there. Um, it's a learning experience for sure, because you almost start, I would keep track of prices that other people had paid and sort of watch and see what happened. It was interesting, but it's extremely time consuming, at least the auction by us in Nassau County, New York. So we would get a list Thursday or Friday before. It would be a huge list of potential properties that were scheduled for sale. And then we would do research on some of them. I mean, in the beginning, we did research on all of them. A vast majority of them get postponed or canceled. So you're doing a lot of research on things that may or may not show up. And again, this is only in Nassau County. In other places, I'm sure they probably have a higher rate of those properties actually going to auction. And then we would do a lot of work on them. And then we didn't really know the bank upset price, which was the minimum the bank would take. So very often we would do research on property and it wouldn't show up. Or we do research on property, it would show up at the auction, but the bank wanted more than we could pay. And then even another level is the bank might ask for a price that you can pay, but then someone else will outbid you. So it was getting to a point few years ago where it was diminishing returns. We were spending way too much time the whole Monday doing research and Tuesday at the auction, and we just were not buying enough properties. So it certainly is a way to buy properties, and if you're new to the business, it's something you can do. You go to your local auctions. Some places those are on the courthouse steps. In Nassau County, it's in the courthouse. Some places they auction in front of the property. In New York, I know in Queens, it's every Friday. There's a million people there, people waiting outside. Every county is different. You got to find out about it, and it's definitely a learning experience. I'd recommend doing it if you don't know how it works, because also even if you're going direct to seller, and people are going to say my house in foreclosure, they might want to know like how it works, and if you go to the auction, you have a better idea of how it works. So it's good. It just wasn't worth the time and effort for us. If we could get a list, the day before of properties that were more up to date, and we can get bank upset prices, then maybe it would be something we'd revisit. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So I would recommend it for if you're new, but you need to really figure out how much time you're spending on it and whether it's worth it or not. And then again, the few times that we were buying at the end, it was where we were able to get inside and see something that other people didn't know, that kind of thing. And we did well on a lot of properties. We even wholesaled those. We assigned the bid. But today in our area, buying at those levels will not give you not allow you to buy it cheap enough to wholesale it. You're going to buy it for an investor rehab price. You're going to have to rehab it, and you got to identify what your exit strategy is and whether this makes sense for you to do.